We have here to start out the 40s, fairy tales, babies, islands, alphabet soup, and finally a cat-agory with cat in quotation marks. It enabled American veterans to go to college free. Already? Well, that bug we saw a few games ago. Oh well. Admiral Halsey's nickname. Way too early to invest in this. Well, no real harm there. This movie star became the Ali Khan's princess. She gave good face, you know. Famous German battleship sunk May 26, 1941. Impossible to find them when parents make plans on a Saturday night. Huh? Hi? And you saw on the last recording, there are some that they take spaces for and some that for some reason they don't. It must be a hard code. Not a child, but a leopard is the infant in the title of this Grant Hepburn classic. Home to Dreyfus and Papillon. Anatomically named island of King Kong, it sank in Son of Kong. In a fate worse than death, this tiny hero was felled by a spider's halitosis. Feel like the silk would have gone down better. That's none of my business. A request on an invitation to respond. Boston nightclub site of a 1942 fire that killed 584 people. Where Dr. Seuss's amazing cat keeps countless wonders. In French, chat chapeau. In Spanish, el gato en el sombrero. He went a crooked mile and found a crooked sixpence against a crooked style. Mixed up Mother Goose. That was one of the tales in that game, you know. There have been indictments and resignations in this government agency charged with combating pollution. Oh, I dealt with them plenty when we did oil barons. Me and Wit. Mr. McGregor was planting cabbages when he first caught sight of this trespasser. Nickname for coffee from Indonesian island where it's grown. In Stevenson's verse, it goes in and out with me. Peter Pan's didn't and had to be sewn on. Misanthropic comic from whom Baby Leroy used to steal scenes. Generally, Baby's first trip to church is for this event. It's the largest of the Hawaiian Islands. The Big Island. Properly called deciduous teeth. A salad dressing. This international organization's charter reads, to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. From its Latin name, the chemical symbol for iron. Letter Miss Streisand dropped from her first name when she became a star. second A. Natasha Kinski performed in this film remake. Could be Cat's Cradle. Cat People. During the 1920s, this cartoon character was the first image transmitted on TV. Despite its feline name, this tough cord is usually made from sheep intestines. Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, and Leanne Merriweather all played this felonious female. And the last clue? A book of T.S. Eliot's poems was the inspiration for this hit Broadway musical. Now's the time. And for Double Jeopardy, we have composers, food, American cities, On All Fours, Friends, and I Get Around. In Music Man, Harold Hill sings a tribute to this, his Indiana hometown. Austrian prodigy who, at age 14, could write whole symphonic scores from memory. Broadway great who wrote There's No Business Like Show Business and White Christmas. Zany TV show host who didn't get gonged when he wrote Palisades Park. Brass instrument named after patriotic composer called the March King. Friends said he was initially repulsed by George Sand, finding him dumpy. Dumpy? That's a word. Carl Sandburg called it Hog Butcher to the World. got an awful lot of names, huh? We owe its discovery in 1668 to a Benedictine monk named Dom Perignon. Is it a trap? Sure is. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's not a trap if you know your alcohols, which I honestly do not. It's called the Mile High City. It's called yakimono in Japan when broiled, sashimi when served raw. Name of this Mexican classic actually means covered with or flavored with chile. Enchilada, okay. When spooned onto desserts in Vienna, it's called Schlag. And you really want to distort your mouth when you say that word, like Schlag. Oh, I could get some laughs with this knowledge. Introduced by Romans, who broke them over the heads of brides. Really? Next you'll tell me it's a coconut joke, right? Wedding cake. So I guess there's some historical truth to what I feel is a very wasteful action. Card game for which 3 players always seem in need of the 4th. A reference to the dummy position, I'm guessing. Don't really play it, don't know how that's decided. Tennessee town of choo-choo fame. The home of the bean and the cod. Beantown, baby. He calls the signals in football. This youth's club name stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. An atypical plant of the genus Trifolium. Took me a second to get there. Word for a poetic stanza of 4 lines. May not have been the right word. Quatrain. Yes. The neighbors you always feel obliged to keep up with. In comics, he's Jeff's best friend. Caesar's friend and betrayer. Et Brute. The soundtrack to the obscure Friends was written by this British superstar. Gunslinger played by Alan Ladd, who became Joey Starrett's very best friend. Bird ridden by Niven in Around the World in 80 Days. Or is it pronounced Niven? Either way, I don't know the bird, so... Eskimo vehicle spelt the same forwards and backwards. I was thinking of bobsled. Ah, the water vehicle. Transportation used by Mary Poppins to get from one job to another. Is there a daily double in one of these last two? Late singer whose Cadillac was painted with diamond dust. Is it? One who has failed to understand or accomplish something has missed this. Final Jeopardy. The category is American literature, and here's the clue. Though his novel This Side of Paradise made him seem the model of a Princeton man, he never graduated. I don't actually have a guess here. Fitzgerald. Whoops. Later.